Round one. Alan Vaughan for England and Paul Griffin for Ireland. And it may seem strange to you to see Paul Griffin in the red singlet. Paul Griffin, southpaw, leading with his right hand. And here he is in the semi-final of these European Championships at Gothenburg. This is quite an achievement for this youngster. He's only 19. As indeed is Alan Vaughan. These are two of the best young amateur boxers in the world today. In fact, the young Englishman takes a cracking right hand on the face. Alan Vaughan is the reigning world junior champion. Now they've each looked very impressive, making their way to these semi-finals. Paul Griffin, of the Drimna Boxing Club in Dublin, only 19, a southpaw, boxing like a very experienced amateur, although he's comparatively new to this level of boxing. Only recently crowned Irish featherweight champion. But in a very close contest, he beat Roy Nash. Tried for the same title last year, and Nash beat him in the final. So he's the newly crowned Irish champion, now going for the European title. In red. Leading with the right hand. He's scoring very well against a taller opponent, Alan Vaughan. He's decided to play a waiting game here, and this has succeeded for him so far in this competition. He's been countering well and punching cleanly. And remember, the clean punches are the ones that really count in these European Championships, because it's been left to the computer to more or less decide. There are 5 judges. They press their buttons on the computer as the contest progresses, and that's the kind of scoring, good scoring there, 1, 2, 3, good clean punches from Griffin. And that's the kind of punching that pays dividends in these championships. Griffin certainly seems to have mastered the technique of scoring accurately and cleanly and then moving away out of range of Alan Vaughan's long punches. Fairly even exchange there. Good looping punches from Paul Griffin inside. Referee wants cleaner boxing there. Vaughan inclined to drop his shoulder as they come in close. Into the last half minute of this opening round. This so far a good contest for Paul Griffin. He's picking his man off quite well. Vaughan hasn't altogether settled down. He's allowed Griffin to do most of the leading here and hasn't been able to use his reach advantage to any great avail. Alan Vaughan, for England, the reigning world junior champion. That's him in blue, and in red, Paul Griffin. At the end of a very good round of boxing there for Paul Griffin from Drimna. Mutterings in the corner there of the Englishman. I don't think they're altogether happy. And there for Ireland is Paul Griffin. His corner, Cuban coach.
Nice and sharp. Keep the pressure on him.
Keep the pressure on him, says the coach for England, as Alan Vaughan comes out for the second round. Certainly Vaughan has been allowing Griffin to dictate the pace of this contest. And Griffin seems to be piling up the points here so far. This is the second round. Start of round 2. Semi-final of these European Championships. Paul Griffin, from a well-established, very experienced amateur boxing club, the Drimna Boxing Club, where he's trained by Austin Carruth. Griffin, though he's only recently crowned Irish senior champion, he's won so many titles in the past. That was his 9th national title. He's won underage titles, juvenile, youth, intermediate, Irish champion, and now he's the Irish senior champion with a very good chance of winning the Europeans. Win this and he's into the final. In red, Paul Griffin from the Drimna Boxing Club. Alan Vaughan, I don't think the English corner are too happy about him now. He doesn't seem to be really settled down in this one. He's allowing Griffin to pick him off and pick him off very well. And remember, Alan Vaughan is the reigning world junior champion. And getting to these semi-finals. He beat one of the favorites. In fact, he was picked as the favorite by many, a Pole, Jablonski, very experienced featherweight, and Vaughan beat him earlier on. Griffin did well to beat a Portuguese and then an experienced Italian. He's in now full of confidence in this second round at featherweight. Vaughan is finding the southpaw style of Griffin somewhat awkward. He hasn't been able to get his combination together. He gets through with one left hand there, and then in for some holding. Griffin been checked there by the referee for holding inside. But in the main, it's been a good, clean contest. There again. Griffin picking him off with a long right hand. Perfectly balanced boxer, Paul Griffin. Changes his pattern every so often, moves forward, clips his man with good punches, moves to the left or to the right. And again, he's picking off Vaughan as Vaughan comes forward. And the small contingent of Irish support here, mainly boxers who were eliminated earlier, a team of 7 Irish boxers. And here's the last one, and he's in the medal stages, Paul Griffin. And that's the end of the second round, and he's coasting along quite well in this contest, Griffin. And we can overhear the English coach there telling Vaughan that he's a bit sloppy in his boxing, and indeed he is untidy, mainly by virtue of the fact that Paul Griffin is very tidy in his boxing. We see some of the action again from that second round. Good right hand over the top, making the Englishman miss, fading away and countering. This is the technique he's using throughout. So it's one more round. And Griffin, if he can coast along the way he has been in the last 2 rounds, he should win this one. One more round to go and guarantee him place in the final. Not only that, but guarantee himself a place in the Barcelona Olympics, because the finalists will be guaranteed a place in next year's Olympics. Paul Griffin in red. And the pattern and the style of boxing changing a lot in amateur boxing. No longer do they go for the big punches so much as the accurate landing with the white part of the glove, the front knuckle part of the glove, piling up the points. And Griffin seems to have mastered this technique. And with the protective headgear and these latest in gloves, there's a lot of protection for the boxing, for the boxer himself. And there's been very little injury throughout these championships. The boxers have got to concentrate now mainly on going the full distance and winning on points. 5 judges, each with the aid of a computer. And they press the buttons after each exchange, scoring points. And there's a scoring blow, a good one for Paul Griffin. Halfway through this final round, and Griffin again makes the Englishman miss and counters well with the left-hand cross. This has changed the whole pattern of amateur boxing. The introduction of the computer, which we had on our own national championships for the first time this year. And boxers will have to be more careful that they deliver their punches properly. Loses balance there. Both boxers tiring now. And that's the final round. Griffin still keeping his composure. One more contest after this and he'll win a gold medal. But he's got to get this one behind him first. Had a very good first and second round. And should still be ahead on points at this stage. in this final half minute. Dangerous use of the shoulder as he comes in close. Two weary contestants now in this final round. Bit of a comeback now for the world junior champion Alan Vaughan for England. But again, he's retaliated by Paul Griffin, scoring freely with that right-hand jab at the bell. Close enough contest, an entertaining one, but Griffin doing enough to win his way right through on the point scores to meet a Russian in the final.